evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It's morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Inside Scoop. I am your host, Steve Scanlon. Sitting on the desk here is Emily. Sitting next to Emily, get my tongue twisted on me, is my co-host.
Spit the food out, you wouldn't be tongue twisted.
Oh, food, I'm
Doesn't know where
hungry.
it's day and night.
We got Bubba. Welcome, Bubba.
How you doing, Steve? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. And we got Joey. Welcome, Joe. As you're watching another episode of the Inside Scoop. Now, this is the first week of January, and on Monday Night Football this past week, there was an injury to a football player who plays for the Buffalo Bills.
Imagine cardiac arrest. 24-year-old kid went to a cardiac arrest.
Well, that's
He
young.
actually, I read into this a little bit today. He died on the field, and they gave him CPR and they defibrillated him in the ambulance.
Wow.
He died twice on the way to the hospital. The man's still alive. He's doing better.
No,
But
Hamlin, right?
Hamlin, yes.
Damar Hamlin.
I play, again, I've said it before. I've come out of character a few times, and I'm Bubba, but my name is Robert, okay? I played football. See, besides me, I played football. If I was on the field and a 24-year-old man, that's like me when I was playing in college, collapsed and almost died, I wouldn't be able to play football. I wouldn't be able to play football that day. I would be heartbroken for the man. I'm heartbroken for the man. He plays for the Buffalo Bills, who the pitchers will be playing this week. I wish the man all the well. He'll never. Hopefully, he comes out of this healthy. But I don't think the man's ever going to play football again. I mean, it goes beyond football. It goes on the realm of sports. I mean, a man's life. You almost saw him die on national television, and I'm glad that Roger Goodell and the officials and people at that game, and basically Roger Goodell had the final say to cancel that football game when they did. I've read they're not going to make up that game now until after this week.
Now, my question to you, Bubba, they're going to make up that game. Are they going to continue?
I've heard they're
Or
going
are they gonna start
to
over
continue
from
the
the
game. It's going to be the
beginning?
19th week. There's 1 week usually before the playoffs start.
Okay.
They're going to start that game up again because it does mean something in the standings. I know the Patriots have to beat Buffalo this week. I don't want to beat Buffalo with their minds not being in the football game. I don't want to get in the playoffs that way. A young man, 24 years old, practically dying on the football field is too young. Mm-hmm. Owen Hart comes to mind in wrestling.
Yeah.
We primarily watched about wrestling. What was he, 30? I think it was 31? 33. Fell and broke his neck and died in the ring. And I'll say it, Vince McMahon was evil to keep that pay-per-view going. Those wrestlers could not perform with their friend, colleague, and friend, who was a friend of a lot of people out back when wrestling is kayfabbed. Dying, to have to make them wrestle was kind of evil. My opinion on that. But my prayers go out to that man and that man's family. And all football players who entertain us. Same as wrestlers who've gotten injured. I mean, Darren Drozdoff comes to mind as another player who got paralyzed. I mean, wrestlers get hurt. People who've died in the ring. Dooku Kim was boxing Vinny Pazienza once, remember? And Dooku Kim died after the match, after the fight. I mean, these people are entertaining us.
Yep.
And they're athletes. They're all good, great athletes. So they wouldn't be on television entertaining us. They wouldn't be even local independent wrestling shows entertaining us and getting hurt. People get hurt. People get concussions. But people dying and collapsing on the field at 24 and 33, and Junior Seau because he couldn't handle pains in his head and headaches, killing themselves. It pains me to see that. So we appreciate life, people. Appreciate when these people are entertaining you. May it be me, Steve, or Joey. May it be a wrestler. May it be a ball player, basketball player, baseball player, wrestler, tennis player. We're going to get into a celebrity deaths here. Maybe
I remember.
perhaps the greatest soccer player that ever walked the planet passed
Pele?
away last week. So we'll go into that in
If
deaths.
you don't mind, before we get to that,
Go ahead.
Joe,
Let's-
we're talking about deaths. I remember early 2000, might have been 2001 or 2002, there was a show here, independent show, here at the old Union Theater, movie theater, and there was a match, it was the main event. I refereed that match, it was 2 out of 3 falls, and David Fox passed away after the match. He had a heart attack while wrestling. So that's another example of someone
I heard about that.
entertaining the crowd here and end up having a heart attack and passing away. So we thank all the entertainers who got hurt, even the entertainers who didn't get hurt, for entertaining us. We thank you all for,
Why do I
doing
go
your
to
job and
wrestling?
stuff.
I go to wrestling to be entertained.
Exactly.
I enjoy going to wrestling and watching wrestling, these young men and women, young because I'm an older guy now, entertaining me. I have thanked several wrestlers. I've walked up to many Hall of Famers, WWE. Thank you for entertaining me. You've entertained me.
I remember you going up to Nikolai Volkov at
Yes,
the one independent
he
show. and
actually
talking
came to me. He
Oh,
called me
came
over to
you?
him.
Oh, no kidding.
He called me over to him.
Wow, I didn't know
And that shocked me. I says, I didn't know what to call him. I can't say his last name. If I could look it up on my phone right now, I couldn't say his last name. It's like 14 letters long.
It's Volkov.
Well, that's
his real name.
That's
Okay,
his
not
real name.
stage
Volkov was
Okay.
his wrestling name.
Okay.
How can I help you, sir? And he said to me, all the men out back speak well of you. And I was shocked. One of the greatest wrestlers of the 70s and 80s, a Hall of Famer in WWE, said all the wrestlers out back speak well of me, guys who've been going to wrestling shows for going into my 44th year. That was one of the biggest compliments I ever had from anybody in wrestling history. And poor Nikolai died less than a year after that.
Yep.
All right, a great man. A lot of people don't know it. He lost 80 pounds since he was wrestling. He was 340, he was down to 260. Became a vegan. And he just spoke to me for a good 40 minutes. Where you and Em were getting autographs. We were talking to Brian Fury. And I was enlightened by that. Sitting next to Tony Atlas for an hour and talking to him.
He's a good artist. Some people don't know this.
Amazing artist.
He's a great
Amazing,
artist.
talented man. I mean, we can go on and on about people I've seen over the years. But bottom line, may it be the worst match, may it be the best match you've ever seen, wrestling is entertaining. If you can go out and get entertained for $25 or $30 or less locally, why aren't you doing it? These kids are busting their backs, arms, legs, fingers, toes, separating shoulders, spraining their ankles, coming home with bruises, bashed, cuts, lacerations, and they're entertaining us. Support them, buy their t-shirts. I mean, ECW, an old t-shirt. Yes, I support ECW. It entertained me. I enjoy going to this wrestling. I enjoy talking about the sport. People say it's entertaining. Yes, it's a kayfabe. Yes. But there's wrestlers out there who are amazing athletes. To have Vinny, I almost wore his shirt today, if I got it in my hand. Vinny Marseglia, I'll come right to mind. You will know him as Vincent from ROH. He's been in Impact for a while. He's coming to NXT now. Vincent approached me, walked up to me, maybe 13 years ago at the PAL Center, which is in Fall River, where Top Rope just had the Top Rope Spindle Championship, the Rumble that they have every year around New Year's. Vinny walked up to me and says, "Do you like me as a wrestler?" I said, "Vinny, there's kids that wrestle and there's wrestlers. There's kids that wrestle. I'm not mentioning anybody's name. Vinny, you're a wrestler. Bulk up. I can see something in you. You're going to be great one day." And now he's one of the greatest going. He's signing a NXT contract. He's coming to WWE. Watch for him. His name is Vincent. His name is Vinny Marseglia. He was a skinny little kid working for NECW way back in the beginning, about 17 years ago. To walk up and ask me my opinion of him is a compliment. It's why I'm on this show. I come on this show because I enjoy going to wrestling. I enjoy sports locally. You come on the show, we talk about birthdays, deaths. We meet different people. We've seen different people. We've had different people in this chair. I'm planning on this, and Joe might not like this, but I'm getting Mike Baker to come back on this show with Jimmy Allen. Now, I've got a little inside scoop that in Central Falls, which is pretty close to us here in Attleboro, in June, there's going to be a wrestling show, and WWE is coming to Central Falls. First time at this venue. So I'm going to get both the promoter, Jim Allen.
Central Falls?
Yes.
Wow.
Jim Allen and Mike Baker was working with Jim Allen. We all met Mike Baker, an icon trainer in the New England area, and Jimmy Allen, a guy who's actually been in the area 37 years, better known as Trooper Gilmore. I've known Troop and Brick for their careers. I'm hoping to get both of them to come on the show and promote that show and talk about that show when it comes up in June. That's just something down the road. Now, I thank Joey. I may joke with Joey a lot, but I thank him for his list. He does the part of the show that maybe me and Steve should be doing. Joe's here to help us do that. Steve talks about food. I don't know why.
Yeah, just
but he wants to talk about food.
Pizza.
Yeah, you look like a cow, a bunga breath anyway. But I enjoy coming on this show. Yes, well, they ate pizza, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I've gone through half the show rambling, so let's go into some other subjects. First thing we should mention very quickly is the Patriots. They won a game. It's a miracle. Mac Jones.
I don't see much hope in the Patriots.
If they go in the playoffs, okay, they're going to get crushed the first round. But they have to beat Buffalo this week, or two of the teams have to lose, and the Patriots will get in as a 7th seed. Then they play Buffalo again, or Kansas City, which they'll get crushed in the first round. They're just not there yet. Mac Jones actually had no interceptions. He only got sacked twice, and he actually ran for a first down. I called Ripley. He still doesn't believe it, because I don't believe it. The Celtics are on fire. The Bruins won the Hockey Classic in Fenway Park, 2-1. Good comeback.
And they were, I'm not sure what years it was, but old Boston Red Sox jerseys the Bruins wore during their hockey game.
Yep.
I know it was from the era of the 1940s or 1950s.
Yes, 1940s and 50s.
That was interesting.
And that was pre-planned, I guess, almost for a year. They had in the works. They were thinking about that. I heard about that in the...
Hey, Joe, I hate to say this. Let's get to some bad news. You have a list of deaths.
Got some bad news for you.
No, Bad News Brown's not here.
Bad News Brown wouldn't be here. Bad News Barrett. Bad News Brown.
No, Bad News Barrett's on Friday nights.
Bad News Brown has passed away, by the way, in case you're wondering.
I knew that. First one you were mentioning, soccer legend Pelé.
One of the greatest athletes of the last century, and maybe you guys will concur with that. Pelé was an ambassador for the sport, politically involved, did charitable events, did a lot with children in the Brazilian area. 82 years old. And I'll say it. The greatest soccer player ever was Pelé. I couldn't tell you his real name. It's probably written somewhere, but Pelé is what we all called him.
2020 star Barbara Walters.
2020 star, news anchor. The View, which he actually was executive producer of. Countless interviews over the years. Perhaps the greatest news inquisitor or questioner there ever was, male or female. Barbara Walters is 95 years old.
Hey, question.
I'm 3 years old.
Wrong on this. But was she in Murder, She Wrote?
No.
No, that's a different
That's Angela
actress.
Lansbury.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Not Barbara Walters.
Okay.
Pope Benedict XVI.
Yes. I'm at this Pope Benedict XVI, one of our Holy Fathers. Today is the last day he's staying his day because we know we taped this on a Wednesday, folks. It is what it is. He was 95 years old. He's been very sick. I think I might mention in the show how Pelé was very sick. a while back. He wasn't doing well. Do you have an update at all? I can't find it on Barry Windham. I can't find it.
I haven't seen anything.
Neither have
Not
I.
the wrestling group on Facebook either.
But here's a little scoop for you. Independent Wrestling, March the 25th up in Natick, and WWE. Hacksaw Jim Duggan's going to be a headliner.
Talking about Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you probably read about it. He had an intruder in
Yes,
his
yes.
house
He attacked him
recently.
and he pinned him till the cops came.
Yeah.
They held
Good
him
for
at
you.
gunpoint too.
Yep, good old guy. Attaboy, Hacksaw, tough guy. Can't wait to meet him. I've never met him before.
Actually, wasn't he at their McCoy Stadium
Yeah,
a few
he
years
was.
ago for
Might
that
have been for you.
big time wrestling?
Yeah,
I missed one of the
Emily's got
shows,
his
remember, I was out of
autograph.
town.
Oh, that's the show you didn't go to. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where Emily got his autograph on a mini 2x4.
Yes.
Oh,
Where? And lastly, Anita Pointer from the Pointer Sisters.
They were good.
yes, I just heard him singing today, actually, the Pointer Sisters.
There was 3 of them, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Joe, you have any birthdays listed?
I got
or
a
no?
bunch of wrestling birthdays.
Yeah, there's a few of them
Okay.
listed.
A lot of these showed up right on Facebook. And
Facebook, well, if you go to the wrestling forum, I can tell you to go to Vic Solagasta and Giselle Brown put them out there almost daily.
first, we got Alpha Academy's Otis was on December 21st. Mm-hmm. He turned 31.
Oh, he's young.
yeah.
I thought he was older than that. I thought he would be in his 40s. Well,
No, he's not that old.
Next one is RVD, otherwise known as Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam. I met Rob Van Dam at the ECW event. Matter of fact, this one, he was there.
His is December 18th, and he turned the same age I did, 52.
Yes, he wants to make a return. I would be surprised if you see him at the Royal Rumble.
I would like to see him at the Royal Rumble.
I've heard rumors he might be going there.
And this next one is the late outlaw Ron Bass.
Yes.
December 21st. He would have been 74.
Yep.
I remember watching him
one
wrestle.
time managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan.
He used to
didn't
come
know
out
that.
with a bull rep.
Him and Blackjack Mulligan were the Blackjacks.
The next one is the Great Muda.
Muda.
Yeah. His birthday is December 23rd, and he turned 60.
Yes. Now, who did Shinsuke Nakamura just wrestle against?
I don't know.
Was it Muda? How much of it was Muda or a different
Jushin Thunder Liger.
It was another Japanese superstar, I know, and there's rumors spreading that Shinsuke Nakamura might be staying in Japan right now. Might be taking a hiatus from WWE. I know Asuka's in Japan right now, trying to revamp her character.
The OC's Luke Gallows.
Yes, Gallows.
December 22nd, he's 39.
Yes, I know he's older. Good old Fester himself.
Goldberg, December 27th, he's 56.
Goldberg. I was being confused with Sheldon Goldberg, the promoter of the NCW, because we actually joked about that together, because they keep chanting your name, Mr. Goldberg, because I always call him that, because out of respect for him. Okay, the guy's been in the business over 50 years.
Wow.
I said, how come you're not getting your residual checks from him? He's left.
Next, the very first queen, WWE's first queen of the ring, Zelina Vega, December 27th. She's
Okay,
32.
She's 32 already?
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't think she was that old.
Next is a member of DX, China,
China.
December 27th.
Joni
She would
Laura.
have been 53.
Yep.
Got a legendary manager next, Jimmy the Mouth of the South Heart.
Who I just met in Bridgewater last year at the WWE show. You guys should have went to it, but no. Met Jimmy.
His birthday was New Year's Day.
Yes.
He's 79.
I wish him a happy birthday because I'm on Facebook.
79? Jimmy?
Yes, Jimmy's 79.
Wow.
Doesn't look it.
He
Does not look it. When I looked, I talked right to his face. Doesn't look it. Even his face, he doesn't look it.
No.
And finally, JR Jim Ross,
Good old JR.
January 3rd. He's 71.
Yep. one of the greatest wrestling announcers ever. Top. Oh, another death you didn't know about, maybe you didn't see, Don West, the former announcer from...
Yes,
Yeah, I saw that. I don't even know. I don't know.
was a
I met him, I remember from years ago. He was a commentator for
Yep.
Impact Wrestling, WCW for years.
WCW, then Impact Wrestling.
Yep. Don West was a great... I met Don West one time when I was in Impact's audience.
Before 2022 ended, we crowned a new champion before 2022 ended.
Yes.
Last Friday.
Yes, we did. Woo! Daughter.
And we saw the return
Charlotte
of
Flair. That's a return.
John Cena in a tag team
He
match.
didn't... I mean, that didn't impress me at all. I think John wasn't really in the match. It was pretty much Kevin Owens.
I wonder if John Cena is going to be back regularly or just
No. Making
appearances. Okay.
Somebody told me this today. He's a free agent. He's not under contract right now, and he's comes in and goes as he wants to. He's trying to do a movie with The Rock. He's already asked him.
Okay. The WWE has, I'm not sure if it's their next pay-per-view, I think it is, but the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble, yes. They canceled January 1. They canceled it. The India
Day
show.
one.
They didn't really say why, but they just, maybe were having visa problems. I don't know the whole
They're
situation.
going to have, I believe, 2 Royal Rumble matches. One's the females and one's their men's. And I wonder, I asked Joe this during the week. He did not have an answer. I don't know if you would have the answer. But do you think they're going to have a cross-promotion? What I mean by that is having a signed wrestler from another federation take part in their Royal Rumble matches? Because after all, you're going to need 30 females and 30 men.
You'll get 30 females and you'll get 30, because you'll get, they were asking some of the classics to come back, some of the Hall of Famers and some of the older wrestlers to come back. And you got 30 wrestlers very easily in the men's side. We get 15 from Raw and 15 from SmackDown.
Last year we did have one crossover from another promotion. Last year.
Who was it?
Mickey James.
Oh yeah, she came in from TNA, Impact. But they brought her in out of respect for her, because she should be a WWE Hall of Famer if she's not.
She's not? Wow.
I don't know if she
That's
is.
coming up in a couple of
She
months.
should be a Hall of Famer. She should go in the Hall of
agree
Fame
with
if
you
she's
on
not
that,
in.
Bubba.
They should be talking
So
about
should Scott Bigelow, but he's not in yet.
What I like
Bam
to
Bam
see
Bigelow. I met Bam
is,
Bam.
I'm sure they're going to have NXT wrestlers in the Royal Rumble matches.
Oh, yeah.
What I like to see is some of the local wrestlers who are in NXT.
Oh,
in the
Carmelo
Royal Rumble.
Anthony's going to be in it. I guarantee it. They're hyping Christian Casanova, a.k.a. Carmelo Anthony, big time. He's getting a good push. He deserves it. He's a great kid and an unbelievable athlete. I saw he ranks right up there, if not higher than Vinny Marcello, the guy who can wrestle and make it. He just goes into a match, makes it look great.
So we do have one match for the Rumble already.
Oh, you didn't know? No?
It's going to be an unusual match called the Pitch Black match
Okay.
between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight.
LA Knight.
What's it? Wrestling with the lights
Eli
out?
I
Drake
don't know.
himself. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, tell me. Yeah. Remember that button you used to press in Impact all the time?
Now this past
I think Bray Wyatt's gonna hurt him.
this
If
past
Uncle Howdy doesn't come
Monday
in.
night, we had a street fight, a Memphis street fight,
Sorry about that.
and I'm not familiar with the singer. It's a country singer. The guy came out with a guitar and hit
Hardy. Last name was Hardy.
Yeah, came out
I
and
didn't know him either.
nailed solo from
Solo
behind.
Sequoia. Yeah, that's
with the guitar.
that's the combination of me hitting Joey with Emilia. That's how much it's gonna hurt Solo. So
And so he's supposed to sing at the Royal Rumble, I believe.
Okay,
They're
well,
using
he's-
his-
well, he-
using-
careful,
One of his songs is used for the theme song
Okay.
for the Rumble.
Okay, so I wonder if. Okay, so his theme music is going to be played, so he's not playing live. I was going to say Solo probably want his revenge for what happened this past Monday on Raw.
do you have any pre-picks for the Royal Rumble? We have a couple minutes.
I'm going to go for the men's. I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes. I don't know if
He's gonna be.
he's one of the favorites.
He's
to
gonna
win
be
it.
returning. I've heard that.
So I'm going to go with him for the men's. For the women's, I'm going to go with, that's a hard pick. There's so many talented divas. I'm going to go with the lady who made a return, Charlotte Flair.
I think Charlotte's gonna be in it. She's a champion.
Oh yeah, mate, they're not in it?
Generally not.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Generally not.
I'm gonna go with my favorite diva or female wrestler, Bliss. I'm gonna go with Bliss.
Miss Bliss. If I had to pick a man, I'd pick the same guy every year, and I can't keep picking him. He's Drew McIntyre's kind of neat. I'm going to go with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is not a bad pick. He's solid. He's been getting a good push lately. Another guy you can keep an eye on is Baron Corbin, but he's my sleeper pick, but Kevin Owens. And female is either going to be Raquel Gonzalez or Ronda Rousey. One of the two. I think Ronda's the favorite, and Raquel's going to be my sleeper pick. I like to pick someone extra because there's 30 women. How about Joe? We know there'll be faces. Anyway. Come on, Joe. Time's a wasting.
Well, this might take a while. There's more than one face in the Royal Rumble matches.
I guess I could go with Cody Rhodes with the guys, I guess.
Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
Go with my pick.
I'm not sure.
Let me guess, you're going to pick Bliss? Actually, I think she's turning heel, if I'm not mistaken.
So is Oscar coming back as a heel?
I'm not sure on the women yet.
I like Raquel Gonzalez. Like I say, keep an eye on that girl and keep an eye. And Ronda wants her title back, so that's why I think she. If we're quickly, we have a couple minutes here. Royals have made independent shows coming up. There's one on January 13th in Fairhaven, the Masked Gladiators, Davey Boy Cash's promotion. It's on Middle Street there in Fairhaven at the VFW. Friday night show, I believe. $15 for ringside, advanced ringside, and $10 for general admission. He always puts on a great show, great card. I'm gonna try to get to that show because I have plans for the next night. I'm going to, with Mike Baker, actually, we're going to see a band in Taunton. A cover band of Ozzy Osbourne called the Blizzard of Oz. And we'll have dinner that night. So I mentioned to you guys I went and saw Judas Priest and Mike paid, so I owe him some of my time. So that's the only show I can really mention because there really hasn't been many set up. February 25th, 6th, I think it is. RWA is going to return to our Rosary for church in Providence. I'll get you a address for you guys again on that. He keeps moving venues around a little bit. Again, I want to. Prayers go out for the football player from the Bills. And Pele, of course, and Barbara Walters, and of course the Holy Father, Pope Benedict, and the announcer Don West. But my prayers go out for that football player.
All right, well, thank you guys for being on stage. Thank you, viewers, for watching us this week, and thank the director for directing us. Have yourselves a safe and busy couple of weeks until we come back with the next episode. And until then, have yourselves a great 2 weeks. See ya.
Take care. Bye-bye.